the good stuff that in the US you can buy the good shoes, for example. For males, definitely. For females, absolutely. I mean, for females, usually the choice is like 10 times bigger than for males, and the price is pretty much cheap. I mean, quality is more or less okay, and it's, I mean, cheap if you, I mean, in Russia, if I'm not mistaken, in Moscow, it's like 10 times more expensive. Like, I mean, the same brands, the same models, more expensive than.
I know that you have a lot of sales and как же это будет на английском? Купоны.
Coupons.
У вас же купон.
Ага, купон. Так и будет.
So you have a lot of sales and coupons.
Yeah. A lot of
that you can buy some stuff for free.
Easily, yeah. I mean, literally what I'm doing right now, like yesterday I was buying the third air fryer, по-русски это называется аэрогриль. And the thing is that there's a big chain, like in Moscow we have Eldorado or Nvidia. Here they have Best Buy network. And you don't need to pay, actually. I mean, sometimes they just give you the card, like credit card, like Best Buy credit card. And usually what I do while I'm driving on my current job, I just pump up the gas on the gas station, and like there's a cash rewards, usually like from 1 to 5%. And these cash rewards go on these cards, and they give you the certificates which actually equal to money. I mean, you cannot spend this somewhere else except Best Buy, but these certificates, they're equal to real money. So I mean, if you have like $80, you can buy something for $80. And
we have such the same situation like in Ukraine, in some pumps, да, это заправки.
Да, pump. Gas station or pump.
We have the same discount system.
So we call it reward system. I mean, discount is when somebody just make a discount, like put the price a little bit.
Reward system, yes.
Yeah.
So when you заправляешься,
pump up.
Make pumping.
Pump up.
Pump
up the gas, они говорят обычно, или pump up the diesel.
So when you pump up the gas,
you can say pumping at the gas.
Pumping, возвращают, they return you some bonuses.
Yeah, they can return you bonuses, they can return you cash, they can return you some kind of rewards, they can do a lot of stuff. It depends on the marketing advertisement.
Yes, and my husband always buy maybe some pillows, some cups, but not buy for free. He can take it for free. Some pillows, cups, or
yeah, because usually all these bonuses and all these stuffs, they usually expired. I mean, in my case, it's expired in usually 7-8 months. But before I only started to pump up the gas from this, it was like 2 weeks for expiration. Right now it started 1 month for expiration, then 3 months. Right now it's about a year. So I mean, my certificates are waiting for me for. I mean, the last one probably expired, if I'm not mistaken, in October. So I can wait until it will be not like, in some companies they say it's expired in the next 2 weeks and you cannot do anything. So there's no sense. But if it's expired in half a year, I can wait and collect more than I can afford myself. So I can technically collect for iPhone or for something more expensive. Because if they expire and they burn up, I mean, there's no.
But it depends on how much do you pumping up.
A lot. Believe me, my truck is a gas guzzler. It consumes so much. Literally yesterday, going from literally Trenton to Boston, I spent $100 one way, and another $90 another way. So, and what it gets, it's usually $2 from 100 as a certificate. So this, how do you call it? Coupon or something.
Oh, and what about the price of the gas? Is it expensive between Russia and US, or it's cheaper?
I mean, we can calculate, but it's not hard to say Russia, not Russia, because I guess in every, I'm telling you what I'm talking about. In Russia, it's in every city the price is different, and every gas station it should be different. Like I know
what
that.
What about average price?
I wouldn't say about average. Like in California, it's much more expensive than in Massachusetts, for example. In Massachusetts, it's like I'm in New Jersey. Usually in Massachusetts and New Jersey, it's pretty much the same.
Okay. What about your region?
I'm giving you the digits. Wait a little bit. So the last time I was pumping up on the Costco, they also have gas station. It was about $3.15 for gallon. Gallon is about 3.78 liters, so a little bit less than 4 liters. It's a gallon. So gallon 3.15. It's a good price for New Jersey, but in Massachusetts I find $3 for a gallon. And literally, if you go in New York, it's usually expensive. It's about 4.5. It's really expensive. I mean, if you pump up about 30 gallons, I mean, you can calculate $1 plus the usual price. It's for 30 gallons, you overpay for $30, $25 for. I mean, if you're paying about 50 and you're overpaying for 25, it's like half the amount you just overpaying. So I mean, it's too much. I mean, yesterday my boss doesn't really care about this. He always said, "Michael, what are you looking for? You wasting my time, blah blah blah." But he usually doesn't care about the money. I mean, he cares about the money, but doesn't care about the price of the gas. And I was always wondering, Max, what's going on? I mean, you just pump up for $3.80. I pump up for $3. So for every gallon, I save you about $80. It means I save you literally $25 today, $25 tomorrow. So in 3 days, I save you about $80. $80 is my hard drive. It's my 2 of my air fryers, or no, 3 of my air fryers. It's a lot. I mean, but you know, he saves on some tiny stuff, but he loses on some regular items. And I always wonder, why don't you do that? I mean, you just need to go a little bit further from the road, like 2 extra miles to the right or 2 extra miles to the left, and you find this cheaper gas station. Because when you're on the route, we have this main, we call it, they have a freeway and highway. The difference is sometimes, I mean, highway could be freeway. It just means the highway sometimes they have toll road. I mean, the road which you should pay, or it could be for free. But anyway. On the gas station on the freeway or on the highway, they are usually more expensive. They're expensive usually for this half of the bucks, or sometimes $4. In one city in New York, I even found, I don't know, it was when average price in New York was about 3.5. It was about $5. I was shocked. I couldn't understand how could it be. Like half of the dollar is okay, but not 1.5. So I'm telling you about the gas. Yeah, recently I'm trying to find out for $3 for a gallon, and it depends on your car, because the truck which I'm driving, it's a gas guzzler. It's usually 1 gallon for 10 miles. So literally 10 gallons for 100 mile, right? So if we're trying to convert it to kilometers per liter, I would say it's about 22, 25 kilometers. Oh no. Yeah, maybe. No, I'm just wondering.
Сколько тебя машина берет за 100 километров?
I told you, мне надо конвертировать, да, сейчас в Excel наберу тогда. У меня есть, I have a converter, which, я не знаю, на русском, вам на английском. I have a converter in Excel, just easy converter, like calculation, which converts miles to kilometers and gallons to liters. But technically, here, the good amount is 20 miles per gallon. So my truck consumes 10 miles per gallon. 10 miles, it means like 16 kilometers. 16 kilometers for a little bit less than 4 liters. So technically 4 liters for 4 kilometers. Technically 1 kilometer for a liter, right? It's too much.
I don't know.
I mean, usually the consumption is like 8 километров на литр. Обычный расход средней машины в России, я знаю. 8-10 километров.
8 литров на 100 километров обычно так.
Ну да, это примерно 12 километров на 1 литр. Если ты сейчас...
Просто так не это. Это непривычный способ расчета.
Первый год, да, когда уже больше года здесь живешь, уже я и так считаю, потому что у меня в Москве машина Шкода, она жрет 8, да, как говорится, 8 на 100. 8 литров на 100 километров. А здесь Prius, который жрет 50 миль на галлон. Фактически, переводя в литры, это получается... Ну, Prius очень экономичная машина. Получается, how many? 4 литра на сотню.
Very good.
Это да. Это лучше только электрическая машина, типа либо Tesla, либо Nissan Leaf, там другие характеристики.
У нас сейчас машина есть, по-моему, 6,5. Ну, такое, много. Но это если не холодно. А если холодно, блядь, в 2 раза больше.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the car, it depends on the type of fuel, if it's diesel, if it's gas, and depends on what
diesel.
You know, diesel is usually more or less it's permanent consumption, even though it's cold. Yeah, probably when it's colder, but it's still diesel is a more efficient fuel because diesel engines they're это как будет по-английски, не знаю, КПД.
КПД.
They're no, I mean this acronym should be translated definitely because it's the international, so there's no big deal. But we call it efficiency of the engine. And efficiency is that the engine is more powerful than any gas engine. So it's usually about efficiency of the diesel engine, if I'm not mistaken, starts from 65%, 75-75%. It means that it's goes more than it's staying, if we can explain that way. But when it's cold, it's really hard to start the engine, to start diesel engine, because with the temperatures, it's because it's a lower fuels, it's a lower oils than нижние сорта нефти.
But in our region, we don't have such cold weather. It's as for now, it is only 3 below 0. Or just 1 below 0.
Celsius, right?
Yes.
Because in this fucking country we usually use Fahrenheit, and I'm trying to always to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit. It's a kind of it drives me bonkers, как говорят дети.
Дебильная система.
Yeah, I mean, literally right now
It is a challenge for you. It is a challenge for you.
Not anymore. Not anymore. You see, I'm a technical guy, and I just find out how to calculate quickly, because they don't. I mean, in America they don't understand how I'm. Because while we use in Russia, in post-Soviet countries like Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, we use the C system, which is international, and we know that 100 centimeters is 100 whatever, and 100 kilometers and 100. Celsius, and it's easy, like 0 water frozen, 100 it boils, so everything is easy. Here nothing like that, and I realized that there's a difference. So here 0 Celsius, it's about 32 Fahrenheit. So this is the first digits with which I was trying to remember, 32 Fahrenheit. Then you're trying to find out how to quickly convert with no iPhone, with no calculations. So technically, like if you tell me it's a 17 Fahrenheit, I should divide this amount on 2. It would be about 35. Or usually what we do, we subtract 32. So 70 minus 32, it will be about 38. And when we delete it on 2, it will be 18. So this is so 70, it's about 18, 19 degrees. I mean, it's not, it's not accurate, but more or less, plus minus half of the degree. So I mean 68, 70, it's about 20 Celsius. So 96.
Maybe you don't need to do it often.
I need to do it often. I know, because yes. I need to find out if it's cold. I need to put the different type of fuel. When I was working with the products, with with the produce, they call it produce. All the vegetable and fruits they call produce. So you need to find out, should you turn on the refrigerator or not. Sometimes I need to find out how cold is it, because if it's cold, but in US they don't have snow in the road, so they take it out. But in some places they still have this ice and road, and you still. I mean, I should realize, should I be more careless or careful or whatever. So I mean, technically you need to know what's the temperature, because this is the pressure, and I mean atmosphere pressure. You need to find out how to behave. Would be there any headache or whatever. So I mean, anyway, temperature influence on the behavior, on the regular life. So it's something. I mean, if somebody don't care, maybe because if somebody doesn't care, maybe because they are still young or they have perfect genes and the perfect health, maybe that could be a reason. But I'm trying to pay attention.